What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ferris. I hope you guys are having a great day. We're going to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. We got that rally there, which unfortunately did squeeze me out of my position. Lost like $90 there, but I take those risks with margin, because the $90 is not close to the $1,000 I would have made if it did continue to fall. Obviously, I was wrong. It didn't just fall out like this. It's kind of basically bouncing around here, forming a market structure, and we might even get a retest of 615. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with cryptocurrency Bitcoin. But we did get that surprise rally there. I was not expecting that. I was honestly expecting Bitcoin to kind of just sell off, but it retested this trend line we have going down here that I kind of drew out here. Retested this channel, and it's starting to fall. What's up, man? How are you? And yeah, so I did get squeezed out of Ethereum, lost 90 bucks, which is like my whole account. Again, I don't put a lot of money in there just because I don't want to take excessive risks. $90 isn't a lot to me when it comes to the amount of profits I can make on a good short. Again, I thought this would just fall down and we would just continue dropping towards 400. That didn't happen. Regardless of the fact, I am short around here at I'm short at 604, 607, 606, 607 on Ether with about another $100 in the account, and I'm waiting to see what it's gonna do. I think it's got a top right here. I mean, it's forming this. It's hitting right into that resistance right there. Let me just make sure you guys can see my screen. Yep. And that's, it's obviously making a lower high. So I'm just waiting for that to kind of fail, rally, and fall back down, and I'm taking that risk off the high of the day. Again, it is risky, but that's what you got to do when you play these markets, and they're very volatile. Again, I did get squeezed right here. I was up about like $130. You're like, Ferris, why didn't you take your profits? Well, I was trying to. Any opinions on Litecoin on NASDAQ? What do you mean? Can you send me an article? I got squeezed out right here on this push. Account went from $180 all the way to zero, which, that's what's going to happen when you trade with margin with a little bit of money. So I did add back money, about $100, and I'm trading with that. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 Ethereum short. If this fails and tops right here, I should, make back that $90, no problem. So that's how I kind of look at it. It's an easy play. Right now, we're kind of getting rejected off this trend line. It's fairly clear that this trend line is in effect here, and we're getting rejected. We did have that morning rally, and we're going into close to the end of day here. We got about 6 hours, little 5 hours and 30 minutes left towards trading. So if we start to fall down here and we start to collapse and go red again, that'll indicate further downwards movement. Now, as long as it's holding this trend line barrier, I'm still going to be short, but if it starts breaking above it, then I close my position, and I'll just wait for another backside of the move. I still think we're bearish on Ethereum. I see no reason why it would retrace back to 730. I think that's going to be a bit too excessive, especially with that failed collapse. You can see right here, this is it looks like where we're topping, doing a similar price move to this action right here. We have that huge rally back up to the market structure where, this red mark is demonstrated, and we'll just delete, excuse me, we'll delete this. We have the high right here towards the market structure. The lows were right here on 580, and rejection right here around, where we got rejected right here around 609, 610. So we're seeing where Ethereum and Bitcoin can head, but this all happened in one day. I mean, this is crazy. The volatility is still a little much, but I still think we're gonna have a failed rally. I mean, let's be honest here. This is just not moving like it was here. This move justified, a 2,000 point run. I just can't see it really running that much, and I'm shorting Ethereum because, again, once Bitcoin crashes towards about $7,000, when it does. Or if it does, I don't want to say when, if it crashes towards about $7,000, I think, excuse me, I think we'll have Ethereum at about $500, which would be a great return, about $600 profit. You know, so it should be a good return on that. And that's why I short Ethereum, and you can see it's bouncing here, hitting resistance around 600. I really didn't expect it to do this, but I just wanted to update you guys on my position. We'll see what Bitcoin does. We're gonna look at the data right now. You can see I'm short. I'm down like 27 bucks right now, so not a fun time. But we're waiting, and we're waiting patiently. You know, patience is a key when you play these markets. You can see I mess up, but you know, you mess up, you got to get back on the horse. So right now we're holding here on Bitcoin, and we're retesting that former resistance, and we're gonna see if we can hold up there. You know, we had a huge rally here in about a few hours, and it looks like we're getting rejected here around 76.40. If we start to fall, I expect us to start to, you know, crash down lower, but we'll see. You know, Bitcoin is an unpredictable beast, so it could continue to run, but I just can't see it going to 8,000 in all honesty. Some people said possibly $8,000. I just can't see it. I can't see Ethereum or Bitcoin breaking back up here and going back up to 8K and then getting rejected. I mean, it showed 2 failed spikes. It should break down. I think this could be a bull trap. We will see. The volume is still significantly low. I mean, even here, the sell-off had more volume, and we went red to green, so we can see if we go back green to red. We'll see what happens, but it should be very, very interesting. Now, someone, Michael said Litecoin to NASDAQ. Oh, I don't see any news about that, Litecoin on NASDAQ, but I can look into it. Can you post more information, Michael? Yeah, thanks. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Oh, look, Benjamin Ben. Budfucker. Alright, well, anyway. Yeah, you can see it's kind of bull flagging here. We'll see if it actually can flag. But again, we have to see if Bitcoin can hold these levels. If not, we should continue downward. There'll be a failed rally, you know, failed little rally here with, you know, obviously way lower volume compared to all these rallies on Bitcoin. I mean, very excessive low volume. So I think we're going to get a rejection and then a huge sell-off. That's what I'm expecting. We'll see. We'll check the stats here and see who's selling. You can see you got a bit more buying than selling, obviously, but we got a lot more sellers here. About 660 to 773, and we only got about 800 here to 7,523. So we'll see what happens, but I doubt Bitcoin will hold up. I mean, this was a crazy run. It should consolidate here and then move lower. That's what I expect. It tested the trend line. Again, I was short right here. I got squeezed out, so we'll see what happens. You know, risk is relatively low, shorting up here around 607, 606, 604. Current price is about 610. So we'll see. But I do expect it to start to falter down and do a very similar pattern to this right here. You know, that's what it did. You know, had that rally, had the big drop, rallied up here, boom, boom, rallied up, kind of went sideways. You can see it did the same thing, rallied down, double bottom, boom, goes back up, double bottom, and then it should just drop. We'll see. I mean, I think there's a lot of price fixing going on when it comes to Bitcoin. That's why you get these crazy drops and rallies out of nowhere. And with very little volume. I mean, no one is buying Bitcoin. No one. I mean, no one in the public's buying Bitcoin. It's being manipulated. This was very, very low amount of volume here compared to, you know, previous rallies. We had excessive amount of volume. Look at the volume here compared to this. Very low, very minimal volume. That's my key indicator, and that's why I'm going short again. Even though I did lose $90, I'm still short again. So. Yeah, very, very low volume. It won't even show you how low. I mean, you can't even see it here compared to what it was before. So I do expect a rejection here around 7,700. With Ethereum falling down into the close of the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. I can answer them for you. Until But until then, I'm probably just going to go. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little stream, talking about that. Also, real quick, I want to talk about Ripple. Ripple's actually outperforming the market, which is really good, really good. Ripple's at 67 cents, doing very well. Nice jump. I mean, I don't like playing those coins, Gold Eagle. I mean, you can look into it, but it needs to really hold up well. It's a $4 coin, no real price action, but it needs to have a utility. If it doesn't have utility, it's not going to work. Ripple, utility. I like Ripple a lot. And I think that one's going to be relatively cheap once it gets rejected here and then comes down and trades into this zone right here. And you could buy it up for 25, 50 cents. Around there is a great investment long term. But you can see Bitcoin's already getting rejected here at these levels, failing to really hold up here. And if it kind of just goes sideways and then falls into the close of the day, you can see right here, it's the close of the day. That's where the trend line goes. And it should fall down right into the close, just like Ethereum as well. And we should continue to crash lower. And I expect us to hit newer lows compared to this low right here because, rally, failed rejection, failed rally, should go lower. No problem, man. No problem, Holland. Just make sure to leave a like, my brother. But yeah, just understand we had that rally. I got squeezed out on my short. It's okay. I'm re-short. This is my position down like 20 bucks. That's fine. But I don't plan to take any more positions, to be honest. You can see we're getting rejected here. Failed rejection. I mean, here on the 1 minute chart, it's pretty clear. Right here. 5 minute chart, 1, 2, 3, 4 times failed to get to a higher high. The 1 minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lower highs should signal a lower low. Again, I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 total Ethereum short. So I do plan to make all my money back. I had $90. It got blown up when we had this rally here because I was dumb and shorted at 580. But I did add about 125 bucks. Again, I did get squeezed out a little bit, and I'm down. So, if I make back 300 bucks profit, I should be in the money. And you can see we're already getting rejected here on Ethereum and Bitcoin. So going into the end of the day, which will be UTC time, right here, we have about 4 hours and 30 minutes. So this is where you guys got to pay attention to cryptocurrency. The end of days, it's going to be who's going to win the daily candle. Right now, bulls are winning, but it's not too far to go bearish. And again, this could just be a bull trap, like I was saying. This is an engulfing candle. This could be the trap right here where people buy the green candle, get faked out, and then sells off. So there's a few possibilities here. This candle either goes red into the end of the day, which would be cool. Or it stays green, which isn't a bad sign, and then goes red right here and just engulfs this whole green candle somewhat like this, or somewhat like, something like this right here. It would be a failed rally, okay? And people will spook out and then leave. And we'll go and hit lower lows. And you can see, we're really not even getting more volume up here. No one's really buying. It's only one volume buying, which is very, sketch. I mean, if someone wanted to buy Bitcoin, which when they were buying it right here, you could see consistent volume supporting the price. Consistent. These are real people continuing to buy. Here, we're only getting one buy. Just huge synchronized buys, which is very, very, very questionable when you're looking at these currencies. And that's people who are manipulating it, who will squeeze out shorts, who will steal your money, either long or short. They can, manipulate it by holding, a lot of the currency and keeping it up for as long as possible. But again, the market will always win and will start to sell off. So that's why I think Bitcoin will eventually hit lower lows into June. We're just failing. Here's, kind of the path we're on. I really don't see us retesting 8K. It's just not feasible in my mind anymore. I see us making a new low. And just cracking down. I mean, I cannot see us. Even here, you had a failed rally right here, where you run up, you dump, you get a failed rally, it crashes down, and this is the previous bubble right here. Failed rallies right here, crashes down, and goes forward. You know, with these little green candle fake outs, something very similar to this. You can see that. Yeah, very similar to this, and this is the older Bitcoin chart before the extreme bubble. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I mean, because if this was a real bull run, it wouldn't have went so sideways. You know, this is not bull strength right here. This is a bull trap in my mind, and this going green could be a very big signal to a bull trap. So I hope you know, that clarifies some things. If it's not a bull trap and it starts breaking up, then I take the loss and I move on with my day and find another opportunity when it presents itself short. I just don't see myself going along on cryptocurrency. It's just not feasible just yet. And let me adjust that trend line. Yeah, for me, it's just not feasible to go long on cryptocurrency right now. I mean, on this downtrend, you know, failed the lower high here, the lower low. We'll see. So I think it's a fake out. That's what I believe. You know, Ethereum's signaling that too. And Ethereum obviously has these little pops and drops. They're very easy to short. And you can see right now, I'm still down $20. We got that little pop on Ethereum, so we're waiting. And once it goes green, it'll be good. But we'll see. We got about another 4 hours and 25 minutes till the daily closes. So we'll see how we you know, play out. If we just start to break down here, that's gonna very thanks, man. I appreciate it. If we start to just fall here and break down, that's going to show a very key sign of weakness. We might go sideways like this and crash. It just all depends. You really can't anticipate that, but I would love to see price action like this. That's the price action, and this is what type of move I'm expecting. You know, kind of similar rally here, rallied right here, and then a dump. And it had one more rally. Looks like it's making a higher high, and then fails and crashes. That's where I'm thinking it's going. Because, I mean, I just don't see anyone buying more Bitcoin and it holding these prices anymore, as well as Ethereum. It was just shorts getting squeezed out. The volume is very weak. And keep in mind, this is on Bitfinex, the biggest crypto exchange. Excuse me, I'm a little tired. The biggest crypto exchange, and the volume is way weaker here. I mean, these were you know, real, maybe rallies. This, not so much. Volume is still very low, and that's why we're starting to see a sell-off, even on Ethereum. You know, this volume is a little bigger, but obviously, I think it's more of a fake out compared to all the volume here. You know, it's just not the same. So we'll see what happens. It's a waiting game right now. I took my shorts. We'll wait to see. More sellers will come into the market. There are buyers, which is the one thing, but I still think they're spoof orders. I really do, because these orders were like, they just come up, they move them up, and then they adjust. I just don't see the market holding up here. I really don't. There's a lot of manipulation going on, a lot of spoof orders. People can put money in there and take it out whenever they want. And if these people actually wanted to buy, and you can see, I just refreshed the page, and a lot of these orders just moved away. But if these people really wanted to buy, why are they just not buying the ask price? You know, even if they wanted to wait, it's more just manipulation. You know, they're just fake bidders. They would have already bought here on these discounted prices. You can see the volume is just very weak. It's just singular buying, someone propping up the market, and we'll see what happens. You know, I'm short. Again, I do think cryptocurrency is going to start to fall and really, you know, take a real big hit here in June. If not, it is what it is, but that's what I believe is going to happen. Now, I'm short also on IQ. It's supposedly the Netflix of China. I think it had a huge rally here. This is IQ. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But, you know, it IPO'd at 15 in April, and then, you know, double bottomed here, and then rallied from 15 all the way to 30 into May. Very, very low volume. Insiders hold, yeah, I agree, XRP will go down with them, but I still think XRP is going to eventually move away from the market and start taking its own course. On IQ here, you know, all the shares are held by insiders. There's over 700 million shares and only 9 million available to public float. So I don't think it's worth this much money, just because the float's very low and you can manipulate, you know, a low float ticker, just like you can manipulate a low float cryptocurrency. You can see huge selling coming in here. Yeah. So right here, boom, 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 selling, selling, and that's why I go off volume, okay, and I'm shorting on a put. So we'll see what happens with IQ. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I still think it's up on, no good reasoning. I think that's a clear top right there. I didn't get it at 32. I'm getting it at 29, betting it goes to 25. So we'll see about that one. SEC, I agree. Yeah, I don't get why, if there's so many buyers, why didn't they buy it when it was lower? Exactly, it's fake. It's just price manipulation, and that's why it can't hold up for long. It's people emptying out positions, taking profits, making money off people on different exchanges. Crypto, May 29th, 2018. Samara Malkin ad Litecoin news. NASDAQ believes in Litecoin. Yeah, maybe they do. I mean, but I don't know how that's going to affect the price. Litecoin just hasn't really moved. It's not really a feasible investment. I mean, it's just kind of a store of value right now, but I still think Litecoin's going to break lower and dip, and it'll be a good buy around 50 bucks. No, I'm not shorting U.S. oil on JAFX, unfortunately not. But you can see we're starting to break down here on Bitcoin. Lots of selling coming in. So we'll see how it holds up. But again, I still think these are a lot of spoof orders. I really don't think people are buying this much. And that's why you see a lot of large orders here trying to prop up the market. But I just don't believe they're legitimate. Because if they wanted to buy this much crypto, why are they just not buying it? It doesn't make sense. It's a very small amount of cost. And I think these are just spoof orders. I've seen these. I've seen them move when you watch them. But, since cryptocurrency is manipulated and trades 24/7, no one's going to legitimately watch them. And GDAX, I think GDAX, honestly, there's are real, but they're still a little messed with because they have to hold with the other accounts, But yeah, you can see here, up to 500, there's 850 coins, so 7,500. Here to 7,500, there's only, a handful of coins. Not even that much, 292. So Bitfinex is more manipulated than any other one, and that's the main exchange that really moves crypto. But you can start to see, we're getting rejected by the 12 and 26 EMA. A little pop here, a little fake out, low volume. We'll use Coinbase Pro if you guys haven't used that already. I actually kind of like Coinbase Pro. It's kind of dope. Okay, you can see just a lot of sellers. Not too many buyers here. And, just a failed rally. Let me zoom in for you here. So you can see, we're making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and we're trying to prop up right here. So you can see we're just selling. We're selling. If we could zoom in here, we're trying to prop up here. Okay, we get a prop, we get a rejection, a fair rejection right here. You get a little pop up. If we zoom out here on the bubble chart, you have an extreme run. Okay, extreme run, a rally, boom, and then some sideways action, and I just think we're gonna crash. I really do. Even on the hourly, just comes back, tests. I think we're gonna crash, and that's what I believe is gonna happen. I mean, it just does not look feasible for crypto and Bitcoin to hold up at these levels. There really isn't that much buying. A lot of these orders are spoofs, but again, I just don't see it. It did have a strong bull flag here on the 6 hour, which is a scary sign. So it might hold and try to rally to 7,800, but I don't believe that's gonna hold true. I think the next stage is gonna trap all the bulls and then continue lower, and that's just on the 6 hour chart. It could change very quickly and engulf right back down. Because it's just failing. I mean, it failed to even break above this high on this green candle right here. It really did. So we'll see what happens. This rally is unlike any of them before. A lot of sideways action. I mean, all these rallies here, it went straight up, straight up, and then failed, but straight up, straight up rallies. This one very sideways, if you guys noticed that, very sideways, kind of leading into a bear flag formation. And my honest belief, and I just think this is a bull trap, bear flag right here. We could draw it for you. Yeah, Benjamin, I gotta be skeptical, man. I just can't believe in these cryptocurrencies that hold very little use case. But let's look at it here. Right here on the 4-hour, we have a little pop. And the 4-hour is probably the best crypto measurement here. 4-hour and the daily. You can see right here, we have like a little bear flag right there. And this is not meant to connect the dots. It's just a bear flag. Here was the top right here. Okay, you can even lower this right there. Okay, so just failed rally. We're still making lower highs. If we make a lower high here, which is what it's signaling, okay, and you can see it on the hourly, it's a bear flag. It's a complete bear flag. And that's exactly what's happening. Right there. If this doesn't look the same, I mean, I don't know what does. We'll go on the 4-hour again. I hope you guys can see that. Clear, downwards trend, and then a little, rally here, bear flag, boom, breakdown. And that's what I see happening. It's exactly what I see happening. So we'll see what happens. I do think this is a bear flag, very similar to this. And it's going to, it has that rally right here, breaks down, continues lower into the next few days. And I just don't see cryptocurrency holding these levels. It's forming a picture-perfect bear flag. And, that's really it. So I hope this kind of demonstrates it. I don't mean to be repetitive when I say, but it looks like a bear flag. Ethereum's failing to hold up here. I think my shorts should be profitable almost. Yep, some are in profit, some aren't. And we'll see what happens. I mean, we got a few more hours, 4 more hours into the day, and then we start the new day. So we'll see. I hope that kind of demonstrates everything I see in the market right now. We look like we're bear flagging. We might not. We'll see. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure to stay smart. Don't overshort, and take smart, educated decisions. Make smart and educated decisions. I'm gonna go take a nap. I can't even talk anymore. All right, guys. I'll see you later.